Welcome back to your newest obsession, the NeuroSpicy MomPod, your cozy corner of the universe where we say the quiet parts out loud, laugh at the mess, and find the magic tucked between meltdowns and midnight snacks. I'm your host, Austin Marie, your favorite NeuroSpicy mom friend who's part science nerd, part chaos witch, and entirely incapable of small talk. We have officially made it to the season 2 finale, episode 20. Can you believe it? 2 whole seasons of getting real about justice sensitivity, nervous system hacks, school trauma, sensory overload, and all of the sparkling chaos of parenting with a neurodivergent brain. If you've been here since the beginning, thank you. If you're new, buckle in because we are just getting started. Today, we're going to close this chapter with some reflection, some resilience, and a little sparkle of rebellion because being neurospicy isn't about fitting into anyone's mold. It's about rewriting the rules so they finally work for us. When I first started this podcast, it wasn't because I thought I had all the answers. Honestly, it was the opposite. I had big questions about myself, about parenting, about how to move through the world when it always felt like my brain and my body were playing by different rules than everyone else. But I also had a background that shaped the way I looked at those questions. My undergrad studies in psychology stretched across 7 years, which meant I had the chance to dive deep into all my hyperfixations. Neurology, anatomy, microbiology, sociology. Basically, I wanted to understand humans inside and out. That knowledge came with me into my classroom when I became a teacher, and I didn't just carry it in theory. I used it to intentionally create positive neurological conditions for kids. I explicitly taught them about their metacognition, that their thoughts mattered, that their inner voice could shape their reality. And yes, I was doing this with 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, all the way up to teaching in 1st grade. Every single day, we said affirmations because I taught them that their words are magic. What you say, your brain believes. And we would say that out loud. When I say it, my brain believes it. We reframed mistakes into opportunities. And when a kiddo made a mistake, we would honor it. We would actually say, hey, mistakes are how we learn. We used the power of yet. That was literally the first thing I would teach every single class, is that when you walk into this classroom, we're always going to use the magic of yet. We do not say, I cannot read. We say, I cannot read yet. And that little yet that we add to the end of our sentence keeps our brain and our future open to all the possibilities. And my goal was always the same, that every child in my class would leave knowing their words and their self-concept were powerful. What broke my heart was knowing how often neurodivergent kids hear the opposite, how often they're told what they can't do or that they're too much, how often they're trained to shrink or mask instead of being taught to advocate for themselves. That's really where this podcast was born. It's my way of extending that classroom philosophy out into the wider world to give parents, caregivers, and even fellow neurospicy adults a different lens. To see behavior not as defiance or brokenness, but as communication, to offer tools for parenting and reparenting where respecting the nervous system comes first. And to remind every listener, your words, your story, your voice matters too. I'd love to tell you that I figured it out along the way, but the truth is I'm still very much in the messy middle. I'm still raising kids, building a business, keeping the podcast alive, and trying to piece together stability one step at a time. Some days it feels really empowering, like I can see glimpses of the life that I'm building. Other days it feels like I'm hanging on by a thread. And maybe that's why this podcast works, because I'm not coming to you polished and perfect. I'm coming to you as I am, raw, learning, experimenting, and sometimes stumbling, but always curious. If you've been listening, you already know that this isn't a space for the easy answers. It's a space for honesty, for science-backed insights, for a little astrology sass, and for a whole lot of compassion. But most importantly, it's a space for building the community that I didn't have. Because despite everything I've been through, I still believe in people's kindness. I believe that when people know about the NeuroSpicy MomPod and they know the greater mission to build a community where we lift other women out of financial abuse and help them heal, that they'll be called to support. Whether that looks like subscribing on Patreon, sharing an episode with a friend, or simply holding space for someone who needs it, I truly believe we are entering a time where we lean on community to lift each other up. And I can't wait for the day when I get to be the one helping to lift others. And I want to pause here to honor you, the late bloomers, the newly diagnosed, the self-diagnosed, the ones who are just beginning to understand themselves with fresh eyes. Because the cost of getting here hasn't just been emotional, it's been financial too. Years of misdiagnosis, medications, therapists who missed the mark, careers reshaped by burnout, relationships bent under the weight of survival mode. And yet, you're still here, still searching, still refusing to settle for being misunderstood. And one of the things I love most about this wave of discovery is how many moms found themselves by first wanting to show up differently for their kids, wanting to parent with more patience, more compassion, more understanding, and in the process, realizing their own nervous systems deserved the same care. But it's not just the mamas. It's everyone out there doing the shadow work, the hard work, the inner work, the people who are reparenting themselves, breaking cycles, choosing a different path forward. So this is for you. To the moms working 2 jobs while still navigating meltdowns and school IEP meetings. To the women still paying off medical bills from doctors who got it wrong. To the ones who were told it was all in their head. To those who lost years or decades trying to survive in systems that weren't built for us. And to those who only recently put on those metaphorical glasses and are seeing themselves clearly for the very first time. You are not invisible here. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are the heartbeat of this podcast. As we wrap up season 2, I don't want to tie everything up with a neat little bow because life isn't neat. I'm still in the messy middle, and maybe you are too, and that's okay. But here's what I do know. Every single one of us has the power to stop betraying ourselves, to stop shrinking to fit spaces that were never meant for us, to start building something better, something rooted in honesty, kindness, and community. I believe we're entering a time when we can't just go at it alone anymore. We need each other. We need spaces where kindness is the baseline, where we hold each other up instead of tearing each other down, where resilience doesn't mean being tough all the time. It means being real and being supported. And my dream, what I'm holding on to through all of the mess, is to grow this into something so much bigger than me. One day, this will become Healing Hearts Homesteads, a physical space where women and families can rebuild their lives surrounded by love, support, and dignity. And when that day comes, I want us to look back and say, we built this together. So thank you for listening, for sharing, for reminding me that I'm not walking this road alone. You're part of this community just by being here. And if you feel called to help support this work and help me keep growing it, there are a few ways you can do that. You can join my Patreon and become a NeuroSpicy Squad member. You can check out my Etsy shop at theneurosspicymama.etsy.com for NeuroSpicy merch and affirmation coloring books. Or you can leave a rating and a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. Those reviews help more than you know. They're how people find us and how this community expands. And as we close out season 2, here's the reminder I want you to carry. You are not less because you chose authenticity over image. You are more because you chose truth over comfort. That's resilience. That's rebellion. And that's the heart of this podcast, moving through the chaos without abandoning ourselves and building a community where nobody has to do it alone again. Until next season, stay spicy, stay sparkly, and most of all, stay true to you. Ta-ta!